Hello everyone, Josheb again with the 20th episode of the Monday Melee. Thank you guys so much for watching, following, and subscribing, and if you haven't yet, please do. And don't forget that the playoffs for the inaugural season of Cheer League are tonight. Come check us out at twitch.tv/Josheb. This week we have for you Team Liquid vs FNATIC in Game 2 of their series on Sky Temple during this past week's European Spring Championship. Though it's been a relatively close game, Team Liquid is behind both in this game and in this series, and with both the top and middle shrines coming up and only one keep remaining, Team Liquid has to do something drastic to stay alive here. This skirmish is framing up the fight we're going to cover, and the only really important thing to note here is that Falstad pops his Gust to disengage from this battle. As the two temples spawn in the top and the mid, FNATIC has better positioning and can make it to the temples faster to set up their defense. Team Liquid knows that fighting from this far behind means the temples are not going to be an option, and their best option for grabbing the win is to get the boss and push through the bottom lane, which has already been cleared. Stitches realizes they do not have eyes on Team Liquid, and he begins to call his team back. Team Liquid is initially trying to burn the boss as fast as possible, but since Falstad's Gust isn't up yet, they begin to pull back and try and position Stitches to take the brunt of the damage. ETC power slides past him, and Sonya uses her ancient spear to get out of harm's way. Stitches begins tanking the boss. As backup begins to arrive for FNATIC, Team Liquid is forced to move to a safer distance in front of the boss. A great Earthbind totem ensures they're going to take a lot of damage, and this forces Karazim to use his Storm Shield to protect them. At this point, Muradin flanks Team Liquid and the Vikings flank FNATIC. Olaf uses Play Again and brings in some tiny backup, and the timer on the Play Again marker is noteworthy because it indicates he's taken the upgraded version of Play Again, which revives all dead Vikings and returns them to full health 10 seconds after it's initially used. In other words, any distraction the Viking can cause right now is a good one, as they'll res with full life shortly anyway. You can see in this freeze frame that Muradin has moved on to ETC, and he's actually trying to time his Haymaker to push him into the slam of the boss. Unfortunately, the timing is off by about a second, and ETC shows up on the pad just after the slam ends. Muradin dwarf tosses out and activates his healing trait as Gust finally comes back up for Falstad. Though it looks like Team Liquid is losing the fight, they have more ultimates available than FNATIC does, and if you look closely you can see that Falstad and Sonya are actually still putting damage onto the boss, and now that Gust is back up, it's only a matter of time before Team Liquid can execute on their plan. Greymane finally arrives after cleaning up what he could, and he's itching for a fight. Team Liquid continues to pour damage onto the boss, preparing for the big Gust play, and the Vikings have provided an amazing distraction. As the boss falls, we see an impressive array of timing. First, ETC slides behind FNATIC with 1% health as Karazim throws Palm onto him, and he begins his dance a half second after Falstad uses his Gust, which catches both Muradin and Greymane in his trap. As the dance ends, ETC is extremely low, but the palm is still active. He waddles away, and Greymane is channeling all the self-control in the universe to keep from activating it with a go for the throat. As palm fades, Falstad's talented stun is comboed with face melt, and ETC escapes go for the throat's range. Greymane ults on Falstad to get some damage out as he dies, and Muradin finds himself in the middle of 4 members of Team Liquid. Sonya pops her hardened shield and collapses onto Muradin, and at this point the Vikings have already revived, and as FNATIC moves in to back up Muradin, their backline takes substantial damage from spend to win. Rhaegar has to move in to get Ancestral off onto Muradin, but as Muradin dwarf tosses out, Rhaegar earns the ire of the entirety of Team Liquid for stealing their kill. Lenara uses her increased speed to get out of dodge, and Stitches pops Bile to escape in the opposite direction. As Rhaegar falls, this becomes a base race, and bolstered by the boss and a 2-man lead, Team Liquid ties up this series 1-1. So why didn't FNATIC try to backdoor while Liquid grabbed the boss? Well, Liquid had the DPS necessary to kill the boss and provide a 5-man defense to their core, so FNATIC had no choice. Though it seemed Liquid was losing, Team Liquid had more ultimates available, with the key of course being Falstad's Gust. Now this goes back to the drafting strategy. When you're playing on maps with bosses in play, particularly Sky Temple, it's never a bad idea to grab a boss securing ultimate like Zagara's Maw or Falstad's Gust. If Falstad wasn't drafted, or if he didn't have Gust available for this fight, or he was dead, FNATIC easily takes this fight, this boss, and this win. As always, the full fight is available in the description. In the meantime, let's watch it at full speed with Dreadnought and Kaldor casting.
the dice, but FNATIC basically gave up on the advantage a bit. And you're totally right, that could be a very bad play here for FNATIC. They're going in 20 versus 20, is now finally there. Play again, goes into checkpoint reach. Once again, we have the jump here. Here comes Zero, starting to move in. Putrid use. Chat in the back is trying to go for the stun on Olaf. He's starting to move in. There comes the Mighty Gust first of all though, and still at the top lane. The Vikings going for a bit of a push there. Engagement at the bot lane nearly over. Nobody really willing to go for that big commitment, and a double temple event on the map, and that's exactly what he talked about earlier. The last keep is threatened with this.
And not only that, whoever provides vision for this has huge control over both these shrines. The boss is going to go over on the side of Team Liquid. They see the rotation. This is going to be almost uncontested. Athero actually sights it out, but remember, the boss control 12 seconds on Gust here. I don't think they have what it takes. Athero going extremely aggressive here.
Yeah, and Chris is also zoned by that tornado a little bit. Juve is blinking away with the Bolt of the Storm. The boss is still there.
2 seconds
here
on
comes
Gust.
The Vikings. Go in with a play again, and they're starting to push Shrimpy back.
Gust is up.
Has been used. Gust is finally up. He can use it right now, and he does. They're going for it. They take the boss. The mosh pit comes in. Juve is slow, gets away though. Lowell's still alive. They get the kill against Grayman, and all of a sudden Team Liquid is starting to snowball this. Shrimpy is trying to get away. Chris flies in. They're turning it around against Smexy, and that's going to be kill number 2.
That's game.
The boss moves in at the bot lane, and they can simply go for core.
Yeah, they have Giants pushing in that lane as well. There's honestly no response at all. They're going to try and be paying for the backcourt. Honestly, the double shots are more valuable than sieging the core. They won't win this race at all. It's not even close. They have to go for the shots, and even then, it's not a close race. Team Liquid is without a doubt going to be able to take this.
Team Liquid goes in. The GG already called, and we are going to see game number 3, ladies and gentlemen.
That'll do it for this week's Melee. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you tonight as we cast Chair League. Monday. Chair League games take place tonight, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Come on out and support the Grassroots Community League, or sign up yourself for free at chairleague.com. Straz and I will be casting at twitch.tv/Josheb. We hope to see you there. Tonight, you'll use the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.